Students, good morning. Welcome back to the online lab sessions. So, as promised in the previous lab class, that we are going to continue further with another experiments or much more other experiments. So today, again, I'm here with another experiment to carry on with. So in the previous class, if you have watched and if you noticed that we discussed about, or rather we carried out an experiment with a ketonic compound. It was acetone and it was a ketonic compound. So we carried out our experiment with that particular compound and we got our desired results. So today we are going to perform another experiment with another chemical or another such compound. Today, our chemical or the experiment will be based on alcoholic group-based compounds. So that is basically glycerol. So our experiment today will be focused on will be carried on with glycerol. Glycerol, a trihydric alcohol having three hydroxy groups, OH groups. So if you remember, if you're recalling the formula of glycerol, it's CH2OH, CHOH, CH2OH. So this is more about glycerol is three hydrox OH molecules are present and hence trihydric alcohol it is. So we're going to perform an experiment with using this particular chemical. And when you will see the experiment, you will find it out that glycerol is basically a very highly dense liquid, and it's a transparent liquid, clean, transparent, something regarding exactly like water. But the problem is water is having less density in comparison to glycerol. All right, so let's get started with the experiment.
Moving on to our next experiment, that is we are going to do with glycerol. Okay, we are going to do with glycerol. We have taken glycerol over here, and as you can see, glycerol, once again a transparent solution, glycerol. And within this glycerol, what I'm going to add is, I'm going to add this phenol. This is phenol, few drops of phenol. If you check it out over here, it's already written glycerol, and I'm going to add phenol, few drops of phenol over here. Okay, few drops of phenol. So let's add few drops of phenol and check it out what happens with this. Few drops means I've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, few drops. I've added 6 drops of phenol inside. What happened? Nothing. Only it is reflecting the color of phenol itself, nothing else. This is basically showing the color of phenol itself, nothing else is showing. So there is no change has happened. What next we are going to do? We are going to add concentrated sulfuric acid. We are having concentrated sulfuric acid with us. As you can see, this is concentrated sulfuric acid. You can see this concentrated sulfuric acid. Now I'm going to add this concentrated sulfuric acid. How many? 2-3 drops. 2-3 drops concentrated sulfuric acid. And always remember the way of adding concentrated sulfuric acid along the sides of the glass test tube. Either it can be a beaker along the sides. Don't add a directly drop over the solution itself. So this is 1 drop, 2 drops, 3 drops. So after the addition of concentrated sulfuric acid, and if I'm going to mix this, there should be some color change. Okay. Can you see any color change? No. Don't panic. It can also happen with you also. Okay. This sort of situations you can also face when you will be doing the practicals with your own hand. What is the solution? I have taken glycerol, but there can be a possibility that the ratio of glycerol and phenol is not proper. For that reason, this color change is not coming. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the quantity of phenol again. Okay? I'm going to add the quantity of phenol again. And I'm going to mix this. Now check it out. Can you see there is a change in color? There is a change in color. Where it's written white wine red. Can you see this wine red now? there has been a change in color. There has been a change in color. Slight change in color we can observe. Previously it was nothing, now there is a change in color. There is a wine red color. Now what I'm going to do is, we need to add water. That means we need to dilute the solution. Now if we dilute the solution, what will be your observation? I'm going to add water to this. I'm going to dilute the solution. Few drops of water. What it's written? Turbidity forms. Can you see the turbidity? Okay. Can you see, just check it out. Can you see the turbidity? The insoluble section, the turbid, it's forming a turbid layer. Can you check it out? There's a turbid. It's a turbid thing which is forming, or which has formed. This is one of the observation. Once again, I'm showing you intense turbidity. You can check it, you can see. Can you follow the turbidity over here? There's a turbid. That means insoluble things are forming. Now, what is our next step? What is the final one? We need to add ammonium hydroxide to this. We are going to dilute this one. Okay, we can dilute this one more, a little bit more, and after that we are going to add ammonium hydroxide. Once again, we are going to add ammonium hydroxide, and after adding ammonium hydroxide, we need to heat this one. That's the process. We need to, what the instruction given, we need to heat this one, and after heating, our observation will be that. Okay, let me take a holder. It will be better. If we take a holder, it will be better for us, definitely. So all heating purposes, it's better to do it with holders. So what the conclusion is, the turbidity should disappear. So we should get a transparent solution. Okay. As you can see, the turbidity is disappearing. Can you follow? The turbidity is disappearing, and you can see a transparent solution. Just check it out. Before there was a turbidity, and now it's a transparent solution. Nothing is there. It's a clear, transparent solution. So this is a confirmatory test for glycerol. So that's all for today's class. We'll catch up with some more experiments and reactions in the next classes. Thank you so much.
So you watched the video, and this is one of the experiment which has been conducted, and this is probably if I list out the observation. So here basically the observations are, it's a wine red coloration, the first step, as you have noticed, followed by turbidity forms, the second one, and the third, finally, the turbidity disappears on heating. So these are some of the observations which you have seen, and there's a list given over here. So the wine red coloration, which actually reflects the coloration, intensifies when glycerol and phenol gets mixed and when it's acidified, or rather. So it's an intensification of the coloration, followed by the turbidity forms, which actually reflects the formation of an insoluble things, so insoluble compounds, or I'll not say compounds, rather. So the turbidity is basically it's a mismatch. So phenol is basically hydrophobic. It doesn't get soluble very easily because in water. So when additional water, previously the phenol got mixed with glycerol very easily, but the moment water is added, it became turbid, which reflects that, or rather, that's basically due to the presence of phenol. And since phenol is not so highly water soluble, so the interaction of the phenol with the water, it led to the formation of the turbidity. So now when the turbidity disappears on heating, that basically is due to that in presence of temperature, the solubility gets enhanced, the bonding, interaction with the acid, the glycerol and phenol that got increased, the effect of water that got reduced, and hence with increasing the solubility of phenol within glycerol, so hence the turbidity that's got to disappear, and thereby we got a clear solution. So effect of heat on solubility, we are all always aware of that one. So the solubility, the temperature not always increases the solubility of any of a particular compound under under conditions. So these also took place within the organic section. So that's all for this particular lecture and video and for the experiment. So with such videos and experiments, we'll catch you up in the next class and many more to come. Thank you.